Okay, we'll be creating an automated Facebook analysis tools which you can integrate with anything. But first and first, I want you to see how it looks like in real time. So this is an assistant. When we come here and we just click for the specific account, let's say I want to look for Glow Kids data for the last 7 days. You click on it, it goes to the triggers and it confirms, it allows me to confirm this is the ad account I've chosen. Okay, yes, that's the right ad account, and I approve it. Once I approve it, it goes to okay, it has been approved. So can you see I have my report here? It says impression, click, spend, date and stuff. If I want to go further, I can try to look further. I can say locate, so it's complete registration and spend 7 days. So tell me to confirm the account is right. I don't want this. You can see the parameter is wrong. So this is why this is here. So that you can confirm the parameter. You can see the parameter is wrong. So one parameter is wrong, I can just decline it and decline and try to factor is why I said the parameter is wrong is this how do I call it this brackets. So just so let me think my network is a little bad. Let me try again. So I say locate, clicks, results, and spend for the last 7 days. So the network is bad. I should be receiving the message Jiffy. Okay, here it is. It's a glow kit. A request. So once I approve it, okay, it has been approved. Close it. Okay, now I have the reports, the clicks. This is the account ID, the clicks, total messages, spent, comment, and orders. Now I can just paste this and can paste it in an AI just to find it, just to write a complete report. Okay, so that means let me show you how to do this. I don't want fancy things because I don't want to run a lot of tokens using the AI. So what you can do is to just go to this is the flow. This is flow. As you can see, I'm using a basic element chain. So we have the trigger, which is Telegram trigger, the message we sent from here. So let me deactivate this. I'm bringing a Telegram trigger. Here's a Telegram trigger. Say on message. Want to have this on message. So you click away, drag this, So, and you need to have a Google Sheet. So I've created the simple Google Sheet here. Just naming to I just find some accounts I have access to. Now, management portfolio. So just I'll let just test these few accounts. So I have the account name, account ID, and let's give it just a owner. So you have to create a Google Sheet. So let's name this Google Sheet test as metrics. So after then you have to integrate the you have to integrate your Telegram. You have to integrate your Telegram. You have to integrate your Telegram bot. Okay, to create a new credentials. To create a new credential, just go to Telegram and look for Podfather. Look for Podfather. Where is it? It has over 3 million monthly users. Click on it. Okay. Once you click on it, just click start. So it takes you what are the things you need to do if you want to create a new bot. These are the things you can do, the commands you can use if you want to edit a bot also. So what you're going to do is to create a new bot. So we want to create a new bot. Our name is, let's choose the bot name. Let's say YouTube test bot. I think this will have been selected. Well, let's give it a try. The connection is slow, is very slow. So we'll say okay, now let's choose the username. Username, I just want to use YouTube underscore test underscore bots. Let's see if that works. Okay, say sorry the username has been taken. So let's pick another one. Let's say YouTube okay, and underscore bots. So now we have the bots. So for calculation, we just have to copy the token and go to this side, paste your bot key, rename it to what you can remember. Let me say YouTube test bots. So just click on save. Okay, now it has been connected. Then you go out of there. So this is where you choose your bot, and don't forget to. So let's test that. Let's test that. To test that, we need to listen to the event. Let's go to the bot itself and let's send a message to the bot so that we can interact with the bot. We can call start. As you can see, we're using the put command and this is a test. And that being said, we need to restrict this bot. Make sure you restrict this to user ID. Okay, just have the user ID here. Here's the user ID. Let's do something with the chat ID. So copy it and paste it here so that no one else can use your bot to fire this. So now we've restricted it to this user so no one can use your bot. The next thing is to bring in the Google Sheet. To get a row, let's get a row in the Google Sheet. So they're going to be getting the role, and to create the Google Sheet a credential, you have to click on this and get your client ID. If you don't know how to do it, you can just open this doc and to walk you through this in another video. If you want me to explain it in another video, please let me know. But because I don't want this video to be longer than this, I won't go deep into this. So if you want to include this, if you want to check this, you can go to the documentation on how to integrate your Google Sheet ID, your Google Sheet account. So I'm going to close this and I'm going to select this sheet. I've already created a sheet here in this document and I'm going to select that document. So I'm going to select, let me look for it. Okay. I'm going to select this text and matrix. So that's all. I'm going to click out, and that means we're going to add a set feed. The reason why we are adding a set feed is because we want to be able to match what is coming with our Google Sheet data. For example, when I say specific name, I want to be able to match that with the data. When I reference certain name, for example, when I reference this name, and there's when I reference this name, I want to be able to match it with what we have on either of these data. Okay, so that's why we are using this set feed to compare it and merge it together with what we have here and pass it with the deterministic matcher. So to set the set feed, here's how the set feed look like. Match the chart ID, okay, with the user ID and the text coming from there. So what you have to do is to match. Let me the user ID to match ID, the chat ID, and the message itself. So you find the user ID here. It's not the same thing at the same time. It's mostly the same thing most of the time. I just use this to be to able to double confirm this, so I'm not making mistakes. On the text, here's the text we have here. The text coming. As you can see, this is the way it's set up here. This we are using the chat ID from we are using the message from the chat ID, and the ID is going to give you the same thing, the same ID numbers. Let me explain it to you here. This is the subset of the set. This ID, the subset of this set. This message from ID. This message from chat ID. So I hope you get it now. That's what we're trying to do. You can see this is the message from the ID. Message chat ID. Okay. Literally the same thing. And we need to merge it together. Let's create a merge node. Click on merge node. Want to append both, just like it's written here. Let's append those. Append that to input one, and append this to input two. That means we create a function node, which is the code. Create a function node. So I show you the code to use. The essence of the code is to match whatever is coming from here with this. So let us know to find the deterministic word in these two variables. For example, in these variables, we have some elements. Let me activate it so that you can see, let it fire. You see, we have some items coming from here. We have one day keys and others. We have six different items here. So we want to match this with this to make sure that what, for example, when we say to give us a glow kids, we want to make sure these words can be found in that Google Sheet. Okay, what you said here can be found in this Google Sheet, and once it is found in this Google Sheet, pass it's going to pass the most accurate ad account referencing the words. So this is how the code looks like. You can go to ChatGPT or Cloud and take a screenshot of this, let it explain the code to you. It's more like a constant first stop match, which is true. If it is true, let the set false if you want candidate on low confidence. So we don't want candidate on low confidence, so we just want this to match the most accurate one, a single one. Okay, this is what the code looks like. Okay, you can take screenshot of this from here to 26, from 27 to 52, from 53 to 78, from 79 to 104, from 105 to 130, 131 to 156, then the remainder. So you can take screenshot of that. What we are literally telling the code is that we want to match the one that matches the the name with reference here. Okay, if we reference certain name here, you want to match that with this. So let me copy the code and paste it here. And as you can see, we have a comment here in this. As you can see, set false if you want comment. So just have a comment in case you want to understand what the code is saying. Okay, so I'm going to paste it here. So you have the code. So now I'm going to go back to the Telegram, and I want to let me look at one of the. I think we have one the kids here. Let me let me go back to this. Let's go. Okay, here is our okay. Let's say Wonder Kids. Okay, we have Wonder Kids first, and let's run it to the deterministic code. So you're going to, from all the data we have here, it's going to provide us with one single most match item. You can see it's matched all these items together. What we said, what we say, this is what we said in the text. I'm going to find this. Can you see? It gave us the actual account, which is the 8249. You can see 8249. So it's going to match it. And even if we have a long sentence, let's say I want a data from, let me pick another from, let me try to make mistakes here and let me try to make mistake in the spelling. As you can see, we have superhero kids. Or let me try to make mistake there. And you're going to see it's going to match it with the exact one. I want it data from superhero kids. So let's see if it's get it right. Okay, now let's fire it and let's see what we have. Okay, so I want it to start from super. Can you see there was a spelling error, but you can see it matched this name. Okay, because it gave us the confidence of 0.56. This is the text we input. I wanted so we made a mistake, intentionally made a mistake, and see if it picks up the wheel account, and it did. So that being said, now we have to add a basic LLM chain. Why are we adding a basic LLM chain? The reason why we are adding a basic LLM chain is because we want the LLM chain to be able to provide a basic URL for us, okay, that will be used in the Facebook API. So we have to add, let's add system prompts, okay. So when you go to the basic element chain, you say it says this is what we have, the account ID. We provide the account ID, the text that is coming from the original text. No need to include the name in the URL. So no need to include we are telling the LLM that no need to include this name in the URL, okay? And the other account ID is already provided above. So we provided today's date. The reason why we are doing that is because once we are telling the LLM to get a result from the last 7 days, it might not know the actual date we are referring to. But if you provide it with the actual date, it understands what today's date is. Okay? Switch to expression and click on it, and you click on that. The text, which the add account ID. This is the add account ID. The add account ID will be picked from the code matcher, which is this. Tap it here. Okay. The add account ID, we drag it here. The name, delete the name, and you drag the name. Here is the name, or this with the face mask. Okay. Most of the time we don't need that. We just need this name only. Okay. Let's say, and the account ID is already provided above, which is this. Okay. And the text, I want a data from superhero kid. So this is what the text says from the telegram. Okay, we are reading the original text. Okay, and we don't get where we get the original text. This is where we got the original text. As you can see, here's the original text. Okay, and say the account ID, we put the date. You can see it will reference the date and time. We want to have the AI to understand what today's date is. So you go back to system prompt. So let's open it. So this is the system prompt. You can screenshot it. Okay, paste it. So we go to the system prompt and open an expression, paste it, can screenshot it. I'm using I want the AI to use the latest version of Facebook API. This is version 23.0, okay? And it should act this way, account slash underscore account ID, okay? Underscore the slash inside, then it's going to fill up all the necessary details from the date we've mentioned, with reference, the clicks, feed, and orders, and what you want. You can add if you have complete registration, you can input that. If you have some other data, you can do that here. But avoiding understand what you are looking for. Okay, so I won't include that here. I can just say results and just have this as results. Okay, and just have that as results. And as you can see, do not return a real access token from the LLM. Use the placeholder as access token. The reason why we are doing that is so that we can input our access token from Facebook. Then we're going to use specific output format. So I'm going to give you what to use. So you go back to this, as you can see, we have it toggle on. Then have this output patcher. So you can screenshot it. Can you see how the output patcher is? This is the URL, what the URL looks like. Okay, what the URL should looks like. You can see, and the placeholder with the access token. Okay, so just copy this. This is how we want the data to be returned. Go to the output patcher, structured output, then click on find JSONs, then click on this. Okay, then that's all. As you can see, that's how we have generate from JSON example. So that's how we are. Oh, sorry, generate from JSON example. That's how we have it. And you can choose any of your models. I love to use OpenAI model. Just use OpenAI model, or just choose. So to connect your OpenAI, you can click on Add New Credential. Go to OpenAI. You can click on this doc. Follow the instructions. I don't want to go deeper in that. You're going to get how to go about connecting your OpenAI account. Okay, I've already connected mine. So here's the documentation. It's very straightforward. So I've already connected mine. I'll just leave it at GPT minute. Close it. As you can see, then we want to use human in the loop so that we can verify the URL that's been sent. Okay, because we want to understand what URL is being sent to the Graph API. So click on this and look for human in the loop. Yeah, and you can pick anyone. You can pick send email, Gmail, or others. I just prefer to. You can even use Slack. You can also use Slack. I just prefer to use the Telegram channel, which is one I've been using before. So I selected the right bots. Okay, and the chat ID. Let me execute the previous notes so that we can get the chat ID. Okay, okay, I haven't connected this. Let me deactivate this and run this. Okay, okay, so now it's there. So I'm going to activate it back. I'm going to pin this because I don't want to be going back and forth on that. So let me just say this and click on it, then drag the chat ID. See the chat ID here. Here's the chat ID in the chat. I want to reply to the same chat and message me. So it's an error. So I think there's an error with the chat ID. Let me see where the error is. Makes a mistake. Okay, I was trying to reference this node. I should not be referencing that node. I should not be referencing that node. Okay. Okay, let's copy paste it since we are referring to the same chart ID. Just copy paste it. This is the chart ID, right? Let's copy paste it, and we're going to be referencing this LLM chain, just what is coming from the LLM. So we're going to reference the account, the add account that is being selected. So that we're sure. Here's the add account name, the one that was picked by the deterministic code. Then the URL is this. We want to confirm the URL if it's good before we go ahead and send it. Okay. So that we know this has picked the right URL, just like what we have before. Just like what we have before here. Because if we're not sure, we want to be sure that we have picked the right URL. As you can see, it said locate, hit that account. Okay. And likewise, we want to see our results. We want to see our results, which is what we picked. It is what we picked, our text, our actual text, which is coming from this original text. Okay, so now we have this. So once we approve this, we're not done. We have to click on approval, and we want to choose approve and disapprove. Okay, we choose approve and disapprove. So then we click a switch. We get a switch node. A switch node, reason for getting a switch node is to switch if we have an approver or we have a disapprover. If we have a disapprover, we kill off the 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 flow. But if we have an approver and we approve the URL structure and it continue to get the data as expected. So the value should be approved and it can be approver. You can rename this to approver. Then add a new routing. Routing, then we'll say disapprove. Then disapprove. Okay, so just like we have it here, we need to know which is true or which is false. Okay, we are referencing the node here, but once we publish this, we should be able to reference this node from there. Okay, now we have two items, which is either approve or disapprove. So we are waiting for approval. Let's see, let's remove this. So the message has come in. So it says, you pick this, I want to approve this, approve. So it has been approved. As you can see, it has been approved. And here it's what it says true. So if this is true, the one it goes to true. Sorry. Don't mind me. Approved equals to 2. If this equals to 2, so if this JSON equals to, that's what we're looking for, equals this, then it should happen equals to, it says respecting the string, sorry, let me delete this and check it. If this equals to, this is a string, equals to 2. This should be 2. I don't know why this is not changing. Yeah, let me delete it. It's going to pop up the actual value. Label, labeling should be 2 equals to 2. So I don't know why this is taking longer. Let me just add another one and drag it to the top. And name it, if this pulling, yes, I've pop it up now. I don't know why it's not popping it up before. Equals 2. Then we name the output to approver. Then disapprover, if this result here is, let me delete this, boolean equals to false. Okay, that is disapproval. Okay, now we name this. Here is the approver, as you can see, and here is the disapprover. Then disapprover will send back a text message. Disapprover that this is wrong. As you can see here, there is no match for the account. Try again. So if you want to disapprove, just click on this, send the message, send a message back to that chat ID. Send the message to that chat ID. I think we have the chat ID before. Okay. Say please no match. Please try again. Or if it matches, if we are approved, we go to the next step, which is HTTP request. We set the graph to go to HTTP request, and let's execute the previous nodes. Okay, so we have to fix some elements. Let's say, so we've approved this. So let's wait for it to trigger. So the data has come through. So I'm going to reactivate this. Okay, so this is what I'm going to be using. I'm going to be using the URL that this LLM provides. This URL that I'm going to be using, and I'm going to be matching the URL. As you can see, it followed the output patcher, the URL access token and placeholder. So I'm going to click on the HTTP node, and I'm going to go to the LLM, the URL we want to get, since we want to get the results. Just put the authorization bearer on bearer space, you can put the access token, or you can put the access token behind this. Let's say access token. It's equals to access token, but I don't do that. I prefer to, I don't want to hard code it. I prefer to use as an header. So click on the authentication. Okay, click on generic. You click on generic, then select the header, then select the authentication. This is how it looks. If you don't have before, you click on create new credentials and put the name, which is like. So when you click on it, see authorization, bearer space, then you put the token. So how do you get the token? So to get the token, you have to go to your Facebook business page, go to Facebook, go to business.facebook.com/latest/settings. So you go to app. You want to be sure that your business account is verified, because if you are not verified, you'll not be able to use the app. So click on the add, click on create new app. Okay, click new app. So you have to open have a developer account as well. It asks you to register a developer account if you don't have one already. So once it loads, it's going to ask you for the details. You can just name it anything you want. You can name it test, YouTube test, YouTube test. Then click the email, select the email, click on next, then click on this, the features you want, create an order, but it will select orders, select without the use case. And these are other features you can see. These are other features you can see. Okay. I want to, because this might not be available, some integration might not be available to select this particular one, but let's select others. Let's select without the use case. Select the business manager. So you have to verify your business that you can see this has been verified. Click on next. So you have to identify, you have to complete some registration, but these do not require this because I've already verified the account. You click on next, then you click the account name, and you go to dashboard. It asks you for your email. You confirm your email address, and you proceed to the account creation. Okay. After you proceed to the account creation, you might need the add use cases. You might need to add some features. You might need to add some features. Okay. You might need to add some features. Just select some features. You need to add some features. Content management. Workload. Create save. You need to add app. But since we are using it for personal use and not we are making it public for people to use, so there are things we don't need to do. Go to dashboard. Calculation. Content size. Okay, because of this, let's try to create an app outside Business Manager. Okay, let's try to create an app outside Business Manager. I'm going to delete this. Okay, let's create an app from here. That looks like new Facebook dashboard. Let's just give it a name. Then let's select create and manage ads. Let's just select that for now. Select the business account, which has to be verified. Says business verification has been completed. So these are things we need to do for the public to use it, but we don't need to do it because we can use the app without that. But your business account needs to be verified. Facebook constantly changing the dashboard almost every day. So is these are the assets that you have. If you have your business verified, the web with permission. But what is important is that you need to add your business URL, which is the policy page URL, the privacy policy page. You have to add the privacy policy page here. Okay, terms and the terms of service. You can add this, and that's it for now. But because we don't have much time, I will just use the app that's already been created before. Okay, I'll use the app that's already been created before because you have to go to some verification if you want to use the app. Like the business verification has been verified, they can use the app. These have been verified. The asset verification too has been verified. So you can use the app for create the app. So let's see what we have here. These are the things the app can do. But you have to make sure that you enable the marketing API. So let's go to the app that I already have. I'm going to be using this app. So I'm going to connect assets. As you can see, we connect the ad account you want to use and assign it to system users. If you have a lot of accounts you're using, you have to assign the system user. So click on, if you don't know how to click on add a system user, then click on employee. So I would recommend you give an employee asset so you can read some app. And if you want to add, if you want to assign the assets, you click on this and you assign assets. You assign the asset, you assign the ad account you want to create, the ad account you want to check. So that being said, you click on generate token. On generate token, you go back to your n8n and you edit this authorization and you put bearer space. Here is how it looks like. Put authorization, then change it to fix or expression rather, change to expression. Then you say bearer space. Then import the import the key. Okay, so that's it. Then after that, you have to drag the URL from here. Then set the generic auto type, select the authorization key, and click on execute. Set an empty array. That means we do not have data to show for it. Let me see. Okay, so not returning anything. Let's retry it. Okay, it says okay, the empty array is coming because we don't have any data established yet. I think I'm sending. Let me execute that. It's not an empty array. That's unusual. Okay, let me diagnose it first. Some minutes. Okay, the I think the reason is because the account I'm trying to look into has not been used for a month. I think that's the reason why we are having an empty array. So let me try to look for an account that we've used recently. Then let's see if that works. Let me see. Let me just copy this. Let me just copy that and let's fire this. Okay, I need to approve this. Okay, that's been fired. And here's the result. Okay, good. The reason why we have inquiry before was that the account was not being used for more than a month and we are requesting for a recent data. So here is what it says. We have impression. This is what we look and this is the spent on this account. And the next thing is to send it back to Telegram to receive the result. But we want to send it back to Telegram. Telegram has a character limit of 4,000. So we need to shrunk the characters. If it's more than 10, if it's more than 4,000, we want to send it bit after the order. So that's why we have the code. We bring in the code node. Then you go to this JavaScript. I already have this cloud AI have this code for me. So the reason is, as you can see, you have the comment here, format arbitrary metrics when getting maybe Telegram record. So it's good. So here's what it says 1 to 26. You can screenshot this and let ChatGPT turn it to a text for you, a code. 27 to 52, 53 to 78, 79 to 104, 105 to 130, 131 to 155, 156 to 180, and that is the end. So what I'm going to do is to copy this and paste it here. Paste it here. So I want to pin this data. I don't want Facebook to send any data again. And I want to pin this and pin this. I don't want any data sent again. I don't want to use the query, so I want to use the information here. So here is what the summary looks like. So it summarizes what we have using a paragraph. Then we want to chunk the characters. We bring in a new code. Then let's open the previous code. As you can see, the maximum is 4,000 characters. So we want to shrink this. It's just a free code, 1 to 26 line. I just want to copy this. So the reason why we're doing that is that if the result is coming and it has a lot of results and is more than 4 characters, the Telegram messaging will fail. Okay, so that's why we have this. And what this is saying is that if it's more than 4,000 characters, let me name it 4K. So if it's more than 4,000 characters, it's going to chunk the message and it's going to send it bit by bit. Okay, so or it doesn't affect the data that is coming before. Then you send it back to Telegram. You want to receive the message back in Telegram. Send the message. Send a text message. So here's the result you want to send. The ID. You have the ID you want to send to. Here's the ID. Or we can just use this ID, which is what we have been using before. This is where the message comes from. And we have the personal set. We are using a dynamic, and a lot of people are we are using a dynamic chart. A lot of people have access to the chatbot, so you will have to drag the ID here. Okay, so I'm not dragging the ID because I'm the only one having access to this Telegram channel. So I will just paste the ID and the text. I will switch to expression, and I want to send the text. I want to let them know this is the white account. So what I'm going to do is to get the add account name. So I'll get the add account name. You can have the add account ID if I wish. I'm not going to do that yet. I just have the reports here. I just have the report here, and I will drag the results here. The result that is coming from the 4K character. Remember, it's from the last JSON file. Okay. So can you see how it's arranged? This arrangement is coming from this code node. Okay, because this is what Facebook gave us. So we have to classify it into this. Okay, okay. Sometimes I will remove the append n8n, which is what you see here. Okay, what you see here, rather. Okay, so I would like to remove that. And the markup, you can use a lot of markup options here. Using the HTML parser so that it's pass that passes to this. What I found out is that when I use HTML parser, the the Instagram message doesn't trigger an error. So that's why I use the HTML most times to pass it. You can select any markdown format, but I just found out that HTML works fine for me. So I'll just click on execute and I should receive the message in Telegram by now. Here's the message sent to me and I should receive it. So as you can see, here's the report. Okay, so that is the account ID. That's how it looks like. And this It's an error. I think there's a way to fix this. Account ID being matching as an item as a figure, but I don't think that's a minor issue. That's a minor issue, and you can see the account ID is not being matched that way here. So I think that's a minor issue. I don't want, but this tutorial is long enough. I don't want to bore you any longer. So that being said, let me see if I can fix that. Okay. Okay, it is what Facebook is returning. Facebook returning the account ID. Let's see if we can edit the code. I'll have to go through the code to fix that, fortunately. So I'll just leave it that way. But we are getting what we have here, as you can see. So if you want the original workflow, I'll leave it in the comment section. Let me know wherever you don't understand, wherever you get lost, and I'll be happy to explain further. Okay, thank you very much for being with me. So, and that's it.